All right, welcome everyone. Today we are going deep on some serious referee wisdom. We're talking about the skills that truly elevate a referee's game.
Exactly. We've got a treasure trove of research and pro insights to help aspiring referees like you, really sharpen their skills on the court.
Yeah, so let's jump right into it. First up, we got to talk about physical fitness right now. And we're not just talking about, like just jogging around the court. We're diving into the specific type of fitness a referee needs, to keep up with that lightning-fast pace of a basketball game and react in a split second.
We often talk about athletes needing peak fitness, but refereeing demands its own unique physicality. Think about it. You need the stamina to sprint down the court, the agility to dodge players, flexibility to maintain clear sight lines, and the core strength to hold your ground when things get heated under the basket.
Yeah, I mean, and this isn't just speculation. There was a research team that actually strapped heart rate monitors and GPS trackers onto elite referees in Spain's top basketball league. And what they found was astounding. These refs were covering an average of over 4,000 meters per game. That's like running a 5K, but with way more side-to-side action and bursts of speed.
And here's where it gets really interesting. A survey of these elite Spanish referees revealed that while most prioritize aerobic and strength training, many neglect other critical aspects of athleticism. We're talking about speed drills, agility exercises, flexibility training, and exercises that enhance balance and coordination. These are the elements that truly prepare you for the unpredictable nature of the game.
Oh, that makes total sense.
Yeah.
You need to be able to change direction instantly, keep your eyes on the ball while players are, weaving all around you, and stay solid even when there's like this tangle of limbs under the hoop.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm guessing as you move up the ranks, the demands on your fitness just keep increasing, right?
Absolutely. It's like leveling up in a video game. Each level demands more from you. Aspiring referees should think about their training regimen this way. Are you building the specific strength, speed, and stamina you need to excel at the level you're officiating? Many elite referees even work with personal trainers to tailor their workouts to the specific demands of high-level basketball.
So, okay, picture this. You've been crushing your workouts, you know the rule book backwards and forwards, and you're feeling confident. What's that next crucial step in becoming a top-notch referee?
Preparation. It goes far beyond just knowing the rules and warming up your muscles. We're talking mental prep, understanding the subtle differences between refereeing positions, and developing a keen visual strategy, one that lets you see the game like a hawk.
I love that. I mean, anyone can memorize the rules, but it's that mental edge that truly separates the pros from the amateurs.
It's true, and research backs this up. One study actually analyzed the gaze behavior of referees during those high-stakes three-point shots. Turns out experienced refs, they tend to lock their gaze on a central point within their assigned zone, almost like an anchor for their visual search.
This is blowing my mind. So it's not just about three pairs of eyes watching the game. It's about three, strategically positioned pairs of eyes, each with a specific focus, working in perfect harmony.
Exactly. And here's the real kicker. Experienced referee teams, they rarely have their eyes fixed on the same thing at the same time. They've mastered the sixth sense for knowing where their partners are looking and how to seamlessly cover the entire court as a team.
Wow. That takes incredible coordination and communication. I bet that's not something that just happens overnight, right?
It definitely takes practice. Aspiring referees need to develop the instinct for when to rely on their partner's judgment, when to step in, and how to anticipate each other's blind spots. It's all about developing trust and seamless communication on the court.
You know what? That's a perfect segue into our next topic, communication.
And it goes way beyond just blowing the whistle. We're talking about mastering the art of nonverbal communication, projecting confidence, and using your voice effectively to maintain control on the court.
Yeah, it's like that saying, actions speak louder than words, right?
Yeah.
I bet there's a whole, unspoken language that referees use to communicate with players and coaches, even each other, don't they?
Absolutely. Think about it. Your stance, your posture, the way you move on the court, it all sends a message before you even say a word. A referee who strides confidently and makes eye contact, they command respect, whereas a hesitant or unsure demeanor can instantly undermine their authority.
It's like that referee swagger you see in the pros, right? They own the court with their presence, and you know right away that they're in charge. But what about those times when you do need to use your voice? How do you strike that balance between being assertive and respectful, especially when you're dealing with a frustrated player or an irate coach?
It's a delicate dance for sure. Clear and concise communication is key. Avoid lengthy explanations or debates on the court. Instead, acknowledge their concerns with a simple phrase like, "I understand your frustration," but then firmly state the rule and move on. It's also about matching your tone of voice to the situation, right? A calm, measured tone can often de-escalate a heated moment, while a firm voice can quickly reassert control when needed.
I can see how that would work. It's about, showing empathy while still maintaining your authority. But what about hand signals? They seem like such a fundamental part of a referee's communication toolkit. Are there any pro tips for using them effectively?
Oh, absolutely. Hand signals, they're like the universal language of basketball, understood by players, coaches, and fans all around the world. But here's the thing. Even experienced referees can sometimes get sloppy with their signals, especially when, fatigue sets in or the pressure's on. Remember, each signal needs to be crisp, deliberate, and held for just the right amount of time. No floppy wrists or half-hearted gestures.
I got it. You want to leave no room for misinterpretation, right? So what about practicing those signals? Any advice for aspiring refs who want to, sharpen their signaling game?
Practice, practice, practice. Find a partner, stand in front of a mirror, or even, film yourself to analyze your technique. Make sure your signals are consistent, aligned with the official rulebook, and easy to understand from any angle on the court. And here's a little trick I used when I was starting out. Visualize yourself making those calls with confidence, seeing those crisp signals in your mind's eye.
Oh, that's a great tip. It's like mental rehearsal for the real game, isn't it? But let's not forget about the other side of communication. Active listening.
Yeah.
How does that play into a referee's role on the court?
Active listening. It's an often overlooked skill, but it's crucial for effective communication and conflict resolution.
Yeah.
It's about paying attention to both verbal and nonverbal cues, tuning in to the tone of voice, the body language, the subtle shifts in energy on the court.
So it's like having this sixth sense for when things are about to boil over, right? That ability to read the room and anticipate potential conflicts before they erupt.
Precisely. By actively listening, you can often pick up on those subtle signs of frustration or disagreement and address them before they escalate into a full-blown argument.
Okay, so we've talked about communication, right? But what about visual search? Earlier, you mentioned referees having this almost superhuman ability to track the action and anticipate plays. It's like they have eyes everywhere. How do they develop that level of visual awareness?
Visual search is all about training your eyes to be your most powerful tool on the court.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just about seeing, it's about knowing what to look for and anticipating the flow of the game. Expert referees have this remarkable ability to focus on key areas of interest, the ball, the player's hands, potential points of contact, while simultaneously maintaining, peripheral awareness of their surroundings.
So it's like having this mental checklist of things to watch for, right?
Mm-hmm.
But also being able to react to anything unexpected that might happen.
Yeah, exactly. And this isn't just natural talent. It's honed through practice and targeted exercises. Imagine you're watching a game film, for example. Instead of just, passively observing, try to anticipate what's going to happen next. Focus on the ball handler, but also pay attention to the players moving off the ball. Where are they going? What are their intentions?
Wow. I've never even thought about watching a game film that way. It's like training your brain to predict the future.
Yeah.
But what about peripheral vision? How do you develop that ability to see what's happening in your peripheral vision without directly focusing on it?
A peripheral vision is like your secret weapon as a referee. It allows you to see the whole picture, to be aware of those subtle movements or developing situations that might otherwise go unnoticed. One way to train your peripheral vision is to, stand in the middle of the court and have someone toss a ball to you from different angles, try to catch the ball without directly looking at it, relying solely on your peripheral vision.
Oh, that's a cool drill. I'm definitely going to try that one. But let's shift gears for a moment and talk about something that's essential for any referee team, right? Building a strong team dynamic. It's not just about individual skills, is it? It's about working together seamlessly, like a well-oiled machine.
You hit the nail on the head. Refereeing is a team sport, and a successful crew operates with a level of trust and communication that borders on the telepathic.
Yeah, I've seen that in action, right? Experienced referee teams, they seem to like anticipate each other's movements. They seamlessly switch responsibilities and provide these subtle cues that help each other make the right call.
It's a beautiful thing to watch, isn't it? And it all starts with communication, right? Clear, consistent communication before, during, and after the game.
So it's about more than just showing up and calling fouls together, isn't it? It's about like establishing a game plan, anticipating potential challenges, and supporting each other through those tough calls, right? What are some specific things referee teams can do to, foster that level of trust and communication?
Pre-game meetings are crucial. It's a chance to discuss potential trouble spots, review specific rule interpretations, and make sure everyone's on the same page philosophically. It's also an opportunity to talk about like individual roles and responsibilities and to anticipate any potential conflicts or challenges that might arise during the game.
Yeah, I can see how that would set a positive tone for the game. It's like a mini strategy session where you align your visions and prepare for battle as a united front.
Exactly. And during the game, those subtle cues and nonverbal communication become even more important, right? A quick glance, a nod, a hand gesture. These can all convey crucial information without disrupting the flow of the game.
It's like they have their own secret language, like a silent conversation happening alongside the action on the court. But what about like post-game discussions? What role do those play in building a strong team dynamic?
Post-game discussions, they're just as important as pre-game prep. It's a chance to, debrief, review challenging situations, provide constructive feedback, and learn from each other's experiences.
Okay.
Did we miss any calls? Were there any moments where our communication could have been better? Were our signals clear and consistent? It's about continuous improvement, both individually and as a team.
Yeah, it's like a feedback loop, right? Constantly refining your skills and your teamwork to reach that next level of officiating excellence.
And remember, building a strong team dynamic goes beyond the court. Spending time together outside of games, socializing and developing personal connections, it can strengthen those bonds of trust and communication, which will ultimately translate to better performance during games.
So it's about like building a sense of camaraderie and mutual respect, right?
Yeah.
After all, you're going to be spending a lot of time together, both on and off the court. So it's important to, enjoy each other's company and create a positive team environment.
And let's not forget about mentorship, right? Experienced referees, they can be incredible resources for aspiring officials,
Right.
providing guidance, feedback, and support that you just can't get from a book or a video.
I bet those veteran refs they've seen it all, right?
Yeah.
The good, the bad, and the downright bizarre. What kind of like insights can a mentor offer that you wouldn't find anywhere else?
A good mentor can, share those hard-earned lessons, those been there, done that moments that help you navigate the challenges of the profession. They can also offer like personalized feedback on your performance, pointing out, subtle nuances or areas for improvement that you might not even be aware of. And sometimes a mentor is just a listening ear, someone who understands the pressures of the job and can offer encouragement when you need it most.
Yeah. It's like having a personal coach in your corner,
Yeah.
right? Guiding you and cheering you on as you develop your skills.
Yeah.
But let's be honest, not every aspiring referee has access to a mentor. What are some other ways to learn and grow in this profession?
Don't underestimate the power of observation.
Sure.
Watching games with a critical eye, paying attention to how experienced referees handle different situations, it can be incredibly insightful. Focus on their positioning, their communication style, how they use their visual search to scan the court, and how they manage those high pressure moments. It's like having a front row seat to a master class in officiating.
Ooh, I love that. It's like studying the game film of refereeing. Right,
Yeah.
Picking up those subtle techniques and strategies that the pros use, but observation is only one piece of the puzzle, isn't it? How do you translate what you see into action, into real world improvement on the court?
That's where feedback comes in, and I'm not just talking about feedback from mentors or fellow referees. Seek feedback from coaches, players, even fans, right?
Yeah.
Anyone who has a different perspective on your performance.
Wait, hold on. Feedback from players. Isn't that a recipe for disaster?
Yeah.
I can only imagine the kind of like constructive criticism you'd get from a frustrated player after a tough call.
You might be surprised. Players often have, unique insights into how referees impact the flow of the game, how their positioning affects gameplay, and how their communication style comes across on the court. Of course, you have to filter out the emotional reactions and focus on the substance of their feedback.
So it's about separating the wheat from the chaff.
Yeah.
Right? Identifying those nuggets of wisdom that can actually help you improve your game. But even with the best feedback in the world, it's still up to the individual referee to take ownership of their development. Right.
Absolutely. You can have all the resources and mentors in the world, but if you're not willing to put in the work to analyze your performance, to identify your weaknesses, and to actively seek out opportunities for growth, you're not going to reach your full potential as a referee.
It's like any skill, really. You have to practice, you have to challenge yourself, you have to be willing to, step outside of your comfort zone and make mistakes in order to learn and grow.
Mm-hmm.
But how do you stay motivated, especially when you're facing criticism or setbacks? How do you keep that fire burning, that passion for the game alive?
That's a great question, and it brings us to a crucial aspect of refereeing, mental toughness. It's about developing that resilience, that ability to bounce back from those inevitable bad calls, to handle the pressure of those high stakes games, and to maintain a positive mindset even when the crowd is screaming for your head.
Well, mental toughness, that sounds like a superpower. How do you develop that kind of mental fortitude? Is it something you're born with, or is it a skill that can be, cultivated?
It's a combination of both, I'd say. Some people naturally have a stronger mental game than others, but it's definitely a skill that can be developed and strengthened through practice and conscious effort.
So it's like a muscle, right? The more you work it, the stronger it gets. But what kind of like mental workouts are we talking about here? How do you train your brain to be tougher, more resilient, and more focused under pressure?
There are a lot of different techniques out there, but one that I found particularly helpful is visualization. It's about mentally rehearsing those challenging game situations, picturing yourself making the right call, handling the pressure with grace, and staying calm even when the heat is on.
So it's like creating a mental highlight reel of those pressure-packed moments, but with a positive spin. You're pre-programming your mind to stay cool and collected even in the face of chaos.
Exactly. And the more you visualize those scenarios, the more prepared you'll be to handle them in real time. It's also helpful to develop pregame routines that help you focus and get in the zone.
That makes a lot of sense. Routines, they create a sense of familiarity and control, especially in an environment that can feel unpredictable and chaotic.
Think about it. Professional athletes have meticulous pregame rituals, and referees, they can benefit from the same kind of mental preparation. Your pregame routine might include, reviewing the rules, visualizing successful calls, practicing your signals, listening to music that pumps you up or calms you down, whatever works for you.
Yeah, it's about like finding those rituals that help you center yourself, clear your mind and step onto the court with confidence and focus.
And let's not forget about the importance of self-care, right? Getting enough sleep, eating a balanced diet, and staying hydrated. These are all crucial for maintaining both physical and mental stamina throughout a game.
It's easy to overlook those basic needs when you're caught up in the excitement and intensity of the game, but neglecting them can really take a toll on your performance.
Absolutely. Think of it this way. You wouldn't expect a car to run smoothly without proper fuel and maintenance, and your body and mind are no different. Taking care of your physical and mental health is an investment in your success as a referee.
That's so true. And it's not just about performing well on the court. It's about like feeling good, staying energized, and enjoying the experience of officiating.
And speaking of enjoyment, let's not forget why we're all here in the first place, right? The love of the game. Amidst all the rules, the training, the pressure, it's easy to lose sight of the passion that drew us to basketball in the first place.
Yeah, it's like anything in life, really. When you lose sight of the joy, the why behind what you're doing, and it becomes a grind. But how do you keep that spark alive, especially when you're, dealing with the inevitable challenges and frustrations of refereeing?
It's about finding those moments of pure joy on the court, the perfectly executed play, the nail-biting finish, the camaraderie between teammates, the sheer athleticism and skill on display. Remind yourself why you love this game, and let that passion fuel your commitment to officiating it fairly and with integrity.
That's beautiful. It's about seeing beyond the fouls and the violations, and appreciating the artistry, the passion, the human drama that unfolds on the court.
And it's about recognizing that you, as a referee, you play a vital role in ensuring that the game is played fairly, safely, and with respect for all involved. You're not just enforcing rules, you're upholding the integrity of the game we all love.
Yeah, that's a powerful thought. We've talked about fitness, preparation, communication, mental toughness. But it all comes down to that fundamental principle.
Yeah.
Integrity. It's the bedrock of everything a referee does.
You said it. Without integrity, all those other skills and techniques, they become meaningless. It's
Right.
about making impartial decisions, upholding the rules, and ensuring a fair and safe environment for everyone on the court.
So how does a referee cultivate that unwavering integrity, especially when faced with those pressure cooker situations, right? Where the crowd is roaring, the coaches are fuming, and the stakes are high. How do you stay true to yourself in the game in those moments?
It starts with a deep commitment to fairness, a belief that every player deserves an equal opportunity to compete, regardless of their skill level, their team affiliation, or any other external factors.
It's about checking your biases at the door.
Yeah.
Right. Silencing those internal voices that might favor one team or player over another, and judging each play solely on its merits.
Exactly. Every call you make should be based on the facts of the play, your understanding of the rules, and your unbiased observation of the action. And remember, impartiality isn't just about what you do on the court. It's also about how you conduct yourself off the court.
So you mean like avoiding any situations or relationships that could create a conflict of interest, or even the appearance of bias?
Precisely. Maintaining a professional distance, both on and off the court, is crucial for protecting your integrity and ensuring that your decisions are perceived as fair and impartial.
Wow. This has been an incredible deep dive into a world of refereeing. We've covered so much ground, from the physical demands of the game to the mental fortitude it takes to excel in this profession. But if there's one takeaway I hope our listeners will remember, it's this.
Great refereeing is a blend of knowledge, skill, experience, and an unwavering commitment to integrity. It's a journey of continuous learning, a lifelong pursuit of mastery, and a privilege to be a guardian of the game we all love.
Beautifully said. So to all our aspiring referees out there, keep learning, keep practicing, keep challenging yourselves, and never lose sight of the passion and integrity that drive you. The game needs you, and we're excited to see you on the court.
Until next time.